The impact of such action to Lumads is worse. They are forced to abandon their traditional farming and switch to mining or lumber industry. It compelled the indigenous people to abandon their traditional way of living and embrace the mainstream. The displacement of Lumads manifests their loose grip on their access to natural resources. Their balanced way of life with the environment had been destroyed by the aim of some dominant people that exploit and hindered not just the rights of these Lumads to their lands and a stable livelihood, but the overall call for sustainability and environmental protection. This shows how unchecked and unstable activities of more powerful actors affect the lives of the people and the environment. Sustainable development as a new strategy has a future orientation since it professes the protection of the rights of the unborn and their share in the benefits of present natural resources. Consequently, agriculture and rural development have generally emphasized these issues, hence the phrase sustainable agriculture. Sustainable resource management practices are seen as inherent to indigenous people's community. The indigenous people are image of unity and ecological sustainability. Their sustainable way of resource use is grounded upon the ethic of community solidarity, and their conservation efforts originate from their socio-cultural structure. In the discourse of current developments, cultural signifiers includes indigenous people and sustainable resource use. The unequal access to power which makes the indigenous people suffer and be excluded is caused by severe exploitation, distribution, and land control in the Philippines. This widens the gap between civilized and primitive people. Along with the expansion of resource competition due to growth-oriented development in the Philippines, the ancestral domains and resources of indigenous people were placed in the hands of the state. A lot of indigenous communities are still recovering from the harm inflicted by ecological destruction, displacement, and disempowerment, which placed them in a dangerous situation, as some had to relocate themselves and dwell on unsafe places. Resources within the homeland of indigenous people are being subjected to commodification. These people are trying to innovate and try new and mixed methods as they try to confront, negotiate, and reconstruct the discourse of sustainable development. These are some of the dilemmas of indigenous people in the current time. In the case of the shift in agroforest cultivation and management, farmers, which majority are in the poor segment of society, are the ones responsible in doing so. As the land in such areas are sloping, agriculture is often put into the limit. It will be a difficult task of relocating them to restore forest conditions unless good work opportunities will be given to them. Agroforestry has a positive impact on the environment, including carbon sequestration, increased flora biodiversity, and prevention of soil erosion. Agroforestry is more sustainable and profitable, thus agroforestry as ideal. The weak security of land tenure causes